Welcome back to the Block Sit Down. Today we're back with the Buckeye fan film edition. Starting to get to the end, man. That regular season's starting to wrap up, and we're hitting basically in sense peak. Obviously though, before we continue on to the ongoing review of this upcoming game, we got to do the review of the previous game. Obviously, to recap it on it, Ohio State beat UCLA 48-10. Offensively, we had 440 total yards with 5 TDs. And on defense, we had 222 yards held and 5 on 13 on third down. Obviously, along with a big play by Lorenzo Styles to, I guess you could say, a cherry on top in a sense. Obviously, I want everyone's initial thoughts. We can start with you, Rack.
Yeah, this at this time around when we actually got the running started, obviously, last week when we were looking into UCLA defense, technically nobody on the defense side really stood out. So, surprising in the fact that we actually got some good runs, even though there was some obvious some run plays that got blown up, but all run plays now can be all perfect. But overall, solid run this time around. We actually had some good young yardage, both from Bo Jackson and Isaiah West. Even we had that, special fucking James people jumping over people. This how the run game was working when you got James people hurdling over people going into the end zone. So from the backfield side of things, the pass blocking to the run, obviously, this is honestly what we want to establish going into all these other games and going into postseason. You could just see the difference in our game when we have that, that running offense that you have to be worried about. It just, even though we had TATE was not available this game, just taking precaution, and then Jeremiah Smith was even taken out the second half. He was like a little banged up a little bit, so we were like, the second half what was score 27-0. So you're like, yeah, you know what, you don't need to come in. You'll be fine. Let's make sure you get you healed up for the next game. Because obviously we still got two games left in the regular season, and then on to postseason. When we get to the Big Ten, who knows? We're gonna see obviously after these two games, and obviously how it pans out. But overall, Julian Sand, we struggled in the second half with the passing. He had both his. We already knew he had CARNELL out, but obviously Jeremiah Smith out, so he had to get comfortable with the other wide receivers. Brandon Ennis got more touches. Bryson Rogers got his first TD of the season, so good to see that. Had one of the corners slip out, and then he was just wide open. So I love that play because Bryson Rogers, he's seeing that like he wasn't open, so you ran back to create more, kept the play open as he sees his quarterback running, scrambling. So you like, what, let me go ahead, try to create the space for you, and then it fell into place and you got that. Lincoln Keaton also came at the very end. He actually, he had one pass that was actually very beautiful. It was run from the right hash all the way to the left. It's just like, remember, this guy was competing with Julian Sand, and he just, at QB2, and he seemed like getting any touches. But yeah, overall, love the offense. Obviously, we gave up 10 points. Honestly, it was very big in the third quarter. They had a very good drive. We led like a slant through basically, and I think who was it? Devin Sanchez that was on him, I think, right? I'm pretty sure Devin Sanchez was on him, and he just he thought somebody else was about to pick it up, like as they were about to cross path, and he literally basically slipped through the crack, and it was just a big play. It was Jermaine Matthews. I think he thought Jermaine Matthews was about to pick it up, and he just got through and led to a TD, and then obviously fourth quarter they got down to a field goal kick. But yeah. That's all I gotta say. How about you, Cameron?
Like y'all said, it's November. It's time to sharpen our iron, make sure we're ready to use our shit in the playoffs and conference championship if we care enough about it. That's just how I feel at this point. We're undefeated, and we just continue to stack wins. This team scored double digits. Whoop-de-doo, bruh. It's November, bruh, and we're still looking like the same team we were in September. Just a little bit banged up. And that's coming from the wide receiver core. We see Mylan Graham try to step up. We seen Brandon Ennis, Bryson Rogers, Quincy Porter out there a lot. and it was kind of just like I felt like it was just showing what can Julian Sain with less, and I still think he did his thing. You know, not as accurate. It was a couple of balls that I wish went a different way. Miscommunication at times as well. But shout out Brendan Ennis. Like, he's a former 4-star. He was kind of like number one in the second half, and people are overreacting to Jeremiah Smith's injury and stuff, seeing him limp around on the field, and they're concerned about it. You shouldn't be concerned, bro. If he wasn't a good to go, a healthy scratch at the start of the game, then Ryan Day's not gonna. Why would he throw him out there if he's not healthy, bro? So obviously something either happened in the game, or like something was more concerning at halftime, or we just felt comfortable enough to be up 27-0 to know this team is not going to come back and hasn't shown any fight, doesn't have their starting quarterback, and doesn't have no one on defense that the VJ can highlight to find that can stop anybody. And that's kind of what happened. And Julian Sain was still able to do with less. I think there was maybe one drive that he didn't do anything within the third quarter, but it is what it is. And that was the first drive coming out the gate. It was kind of like, oh snap! Is he still the same player? We can't knock Julian Sain for having two first round wide receivers on this team, especially when it comes to the Heisman race. But he was still him out there, bro. I enjoy watching that, especially Bryson Rodgers stepping up, because this is a guy that, again, we have so many weapons. We're so deep at this position. So to see them this late in the season is kind of like, hey, bro, I'm tired of seeing CARNELL and Jeremiah fucking snatch everything out the air. And Julian Sain still has 2 games left to prove his Heisman candidacy. And then you got CARNELL Tate and Jeremiah Smith in the Blitnikoff. So talk about individual awards, you still got them all in the race for that. But talk about the running back room. Bo Jackson, Isaiah West, James People. These are 3 running backs that's kind of competing for the 1-3 spot. No CJ Donaldson. He was also not. I don't think he was in the game at all. I think he was all the way out. So it is what it is.
He was out last minute.
Yeah. So it is what it is. We got a young unit ready to go. So he just didn't get a touchdown in this game, bro, like he usually does. But yeah, Bo Jackson, Isaiah West, James People. James People is still like, hey, bro, I'm still a sophomore, bro. These guys may be a year younger than me, but I'm still fucking here. Definitely got everybody looking, especially after that hurdle. Bo Jackson, Isaiah West still breaking off big runs. So it is what it is. Is this problem over with? Probably not. It is what it is. It's against UCLA's trash ass defense. So I'm not like the most blown away by it. They did what they needed to do, bro. And we continue to move chains because of them. So I'm not mad at it. But it's just like, this is a weak point for our team in general, the running back room, and well, we're gonna have to live with it. And whatever we get production wise from this point on, it just is what it is, bro. Like we just hope that all 3 of these underclass running backs can just continue to advance and learn just on the fly and try to just develop their game as we're going, bro. But we're relying on 3 underclassmen running backs to kind of like feed this room and just go for it. It is what it is. Lincoln Keenholz, I enjoyed his production out there. It was kind of like he had the offense moving a little bit, like, if not better than what Julian Sain had with the offense with less. But yeah, shout out Brendan Ennis. But Lorenzo Styles, this guy was fucking everywhere on defense, bro. I felt like I seen number 3. Yo, he's making tackles here, left, right, everywhere. I was seeing his number a lot. And that's something that I haven't seen in the last couple of weeks. He was just sprinkled in there a couple times, but he's fully healthy. And if you couldn't tell on defense, you could tell on the fucking kick return. UCLA scores, we punch back with a fucking 100-yard touchdown. They got to bring it up. Ted Ginn Jr. was the last time the person to do that. I'm pretty sure he was the first one, because they said it was like kind of confusing. Yeah. They said Ted Ginn was the last one to do a 100-yard kick return, and that was like fucking 2005 or some shit. But we did have a kick return like 2013, I'm pretty sure. So it has been a long fucking time, bro. Finally. And then fucking Lorenzo Styles was like, yeah, I knew when I came out the end zone, or the back of our end, or in our end zone, I was like, bro, I gotta return this shit. And Ryan Day was like, yeah, but you better fucking return that shit. I gotta agree with that. But as far as the defensive line, we didn't get no sacks, but I feel like the production was still there, bro. The tackles for loss was still there. The impact was still there. We're still seeing Kane McDonald, Kenyatta Jackson make their impact late in the season and kind of just like propel themselves forward and continue to like, I don't know, find a groove in this defense. So shout out them. Shout out Caleb Downs. He had a couple one-on-one tackles I seen. I was like, that's 2 for you. Ibn Nosen, I seen him fucking it looked like he was choking somebody up, bro. I think it was what's it called? Quasi Gilmer. He was like choking him up, and then fucking Quasi just fucking crashed out and throw his ass on the ground. And I'm like, That's just IGB being IGB. It doesn't look great for us because he's fucking choking somebody up and then gets thrown to the ground and they get a flag on him. They had a lot of flags in this game, but that was the one where I was like, is what it is. We'll take it. But that's just IGB being IGB. Just being as physical as he is. And then what was I gonna say? Oh, a lot of penalties, bro. Like, bro, they had to speed up the offense, bro. The fucking Lucas Duncan was looking, trying to read the defense, buddy. You taking a little bit too long, bro. You got the play call, you got to just go, bro. And it was just a lot of like false starts, fucking this, that, third. I'm like, these 5-yard penalties just adding up, bro. Not making your life any easier, bro. But yeah, shout out to the defense. And we're getting late in the season, bro, and we put up 48 points, bro. I was very happy, bro. I was like, Lorenzo scored another 7. I knew we was going to play conservative at that point, so I'm like, whatever numbers we get is whatever numbers we get. But again, we're late into the season, bro. We got 2 games left in the regular season, and I don't expect Jeremiah Smith play next week, CARNELL TATE play next week. I'm perfectly fine with that, bro. As long as we're winning in that category, it doesn't matter to me. VJ?
Ooh. Yeah, y'all both summed it up pretty well, recapped it very well. Not really much for me to say. I definitely want to point out talk about more about the Julian Sane without 2 wide receivers, because I know it was definitely like, doesn't look good. But kind of like Cam said, I thought it actually was decent, especially given the fact that the only really guys he was throwing to was Jeremiah and CARNELL, and he was doing all right. I wouldn't put Insane though in terms of the throws. I would say I would give it more to the wide receivers to try to get themselves more open in a sense, because if we're being realistic, one of them got to step up next year. Someone got to step up next year, because we gonna lose CARNELL.
They don't have to.
I mean, they don't have to, but someone got to put their eyes in there, because when CARNELL gone, hey, so that's a spot. You gotta make yourself point out. That's a spot. So I'm very interested to see.
The question is, hold on. The question is, who want to get drafted in the first round of the NFL draft pick? That is the question for the wide receiver group. So if they want to step up and want to get that draft, step up. But you go ahead.
Hey, but nah, that's how at least I saw it. It's just more like someone got to step up. Obviously, I think Mylan was really the main guy that was out there, not Quincy Porter, and I think he did all right. I think it was definitely kind of like, how does Julian incorporate him? Like, obviously he had that one nice little in route where he was able to get like 20 yards, and I was like, in my opinion, I just felt like that's where you kind of figured out how to use Mylan. Like, Mylan's not really like that physical type of guy that CARNELL is, like that lanky type of guy who could catch any type of pass anywhere. Mylan's more of like in my eyes, kind of like a playmaker, a route runner. Get him open in space, he's gonna make a play. That's how I kind of see it. And he found it late, but obviously the passes beforehand didn't look too great. So I didn't really need to point anything out. Happy for the fucking kick return. I can't lie. I ain't lie. I kind of chalked up fucking special teams this year. Like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna do nothing flashy this year. I just hope we get our field goals and our punting right. Nah, come out with a kick return. I was like, you know what? Can't even be mad. It was like 100 yards. I was like, yo, good job, y'all. Obviously, that's all I really need to say about the whole thing. I want to ask you guys, not want to say player this time. I want to say what stood out in terms of y'all watching this game. We can start off with you, Cam.
What stood out with me? What stood out with me? I don't know. Rick, you can go first.
I mean, obviously, I feel like this is just a given due to the fact that we had these, weapons in CARNELL TATE and Jeremiah Smith, but this time around, the O-line, I feel like this is a step where they learn, even obviously UCLA, VJ couldn't find nobody or any position group to really point out. I feel like the O-line finally, hopefully they took this game as a learning lesson. Like, okay, this is what I'm more comfortable in. This kind of worked. Like, obviously, when you go face like a better defense, maybe it might not work as well, but maybe they could take this more as like a pointer in a step direction. Remember, we started off on a decline, then we increased it, and then now we're back on a decline. And obviously, with the Purdue game, I thought this was what we were gonna do against Purdue. That did not happen. So hopefully, this game with the UCLA game, that now we're on that trajectory to go up again with our pass pass run blocking, and yeah, that's my group I'll point out is technically the O-line, because you know I see Montgomery getting in their faces and shit. So it's like, so obviously this is UCLA. Their defense, whatever, not even whatever, they're fucking trash. So yeah, so I'll point out our O-line just in fact. It's just like this should be a good like learning point, good like something to have to like, you know, you need reps that you can't get from like the practice squad. Obviously you're facing all these, you know, teams, but it's not the same when you go face a different opponent, a different type of head coach, different type of, you know, schemes, all this type of things. So yeah, I do not, Cameron.
I don't know who to shout out, because we shout out everybody, the wide receiver group, running back group, quarterback. Like the only thing left for offense was Lee shouting out the offensive line.
Yeah.
I think they had a good game, but like I feel like the defense, it was defensive line. They did their thing. They was doing everything they could. It was really just Devin Sanchez. I really want Devin Sanchez to be great. I feel like he hasn't had the best freshman season. It's kind of just me highlighting a player, because I feel like his development is going to be key for this team next year. Because he has a lot of PI calls. He's a lot of calls where I'm like, well, there's 6 right there leaving something open, or maybe it's not his fault. It's something I feel like it's something with his assignment. So it's just that. But I mean, it's just the fact that like the biggest like play came with like a 51-yard reception and the yards out the catch, and that was like what that was in like the third quarter. But I'm like, the fact that this defense just allows like 0 to no leeway on anything that the opposing offense tries to do, bro, it just blows my mind every game. And it's kind of like, when is it gonna stop, bro? When am I gonna like come back to reality eventually? I don't know at this point. But yeah, I'll just highlight the whole fucking defense then, bro. Like, bro, 10 points still, bro. This team gave up a max of 16 points to a ranked Illinois team, bro. Like, number 1 Texas at the time couldn't put up fucking more than 7 points, bro. That's still insane to me, bro. And we're in November still talking about these records that are being shattered by this team that won the national championship last year. This is a high I hope I never get off of.
BJ?
I'm gonna just stay here.
Hey, that's fair. I think mine is just pretty simple, honestly. I'll just say the running backs, even though it was kind of expected in hindsight. Obviously, when we were reviewing it last week, yeah, it was just kind of like, yo, y'all have to pop off. It was more like a you have to rather than we need you. Like, oh, we want to see it. It was you have to, and they did. They look fantastic out there. Bo Jackson and Isaiah West had explosive runs, like Rack said, like earlier in his little summary of the game. And honestly, I'm just happy to see James People actually getting some shine in this, because you know, it was looking pretty grim, and he came back with a nice little 2 TD game for him. So I'm happy for him to honestly just do something. And overall, the whole running back group, I know this was easily a big momentum in the game, just because you're not in the game, but in the season, just because this running back group has kind of been underwhelming, you could per se, in some way, shape, or form. And this is kind of, even though it was a weaker opponent, a team that was terrible at run defense, it was just one of them games where it was like, yo, this could be that step. So, and these next 2 games are going to be just as big, especially just leading on into, you know, Big Ten championship and overall college football playoffs. So I'll just say the running back group.
Gotcha.
Another thing I want to point out, thank you for throwing the Brandon Ennis like not behind the line of scrimmage for once, bro. Like, he actually catch the ball like past 5 yards, bro. Please do that more, bro. Like, he's a former 5-star. Like, I'm gonna say it every time because this dude's number 3 on this team. But yeah.
Alrighty, we good, right?
I'm chilling.
Alrighty. Another thing I want to point out before you get him, hey, that boy Nico was mad happy. I was seeing him. He was not trying to smile. That he was not getting fucked up by that defense, bro. He was in there like they were flashing the camera. He was trying to have a straight face and shit. Like, damn, we could thrash out there. But yeah, I know he was happy.
Bro, they was paying to Jeremiah Smith when Lorenzo got the fucking kick 6, and then they panned to Nico. I'm like, yo, there's no point, bro.
Alrighty, let's go into let's just go ahead and enjoy this, you know, beautiful game that we faced against UCLA with this highlight.
UCLA looking for win number 4, and there might be no team in college football playing better complementary team football than this group right here. The Buckeyes loaded on offense, loaded on defense, and Ryan Day's bunch has been dominant through the majority
Oh, I mentioned the cam like while we was at work, but remember when we were talking about how like I don't know, was it VJ? It was something about the stickers. The fans supposed to get the stickers and shit. I did see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see a little bit. It's in the student section. It said like we have 12 like helmet stickers so far. I don't know, we got more. But basically what I'm saying is apparently before the season started, Ohio State fans in the stadium was rewarded any on any false start, basically like rewarding the fans. And I was like, bro, they never showed it to us to know we got anything. And then I seen the little like it was in the camera. They like panned to the crowd, and I seen the helmet, the stickers, and it says 12 count. So yeah. Off the back foot, man. 3rd and 11. Oh, yeah, I forgot we were gonna mention he got a little banged up. Yeah. This Ryan Day was like, you know what? We're gonna take this field goal. Make sure you're good. Yeah, Laos, bro.
Oh, good run.
Yeah.
It's another 4th down and 5 for this offense. This drive has gone nearly 7 minutes.
Oh, this is the Bryson Rodgers right here. Oh, come back in.
Trying to make it open.
Yeah.
Boy slipped.
Keep active.
Mm-hmm. Damn,
Damn.
why you cracked him like that? Yo, damn, people cracked the shit out of him.
Bro came and get excited at the crowd, bro. He's getting smacked. He's getting more damage by our own team than the other team, bro.
Yeah.
Great job extending the play, knowing that he had time because there were only 3 rushers waiting for somebody to uncover, and he gets the touchdown.
Perfect.
Fielding tacks on the extra point. Carrying the pass offense for the Buckeyes.
I'm ready to put the people on notice, bruh.
Isaiah West, a burst into the secondary. Peoples stays in there. Peoples has the handoff. Peoples.
Here we go. That was nasty. I can't lie. That was a crazy good hurdle.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
He could have the whole thing after that.
A replay is crazy.
But this just made me.
Don't tell me you're on an NBC fucking sports fucking YouTube.
Yeah, what?
You guys are ass, bro.
It was the first one, bro.
They literally produced the worst highlight, bro.
Nah.
It is pretty whack. Ooh.
And a touchdown right before halftime for the Buckeyes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's up? I don't know what's up with these punts, bro.
That was insane, bro.
Bro, literally just
Shanked
he
it,
missed,
bro.
he
Yeah.
missed the whole like ball that he needed to.
Jesus.
Like, bro, he just, bro, I don't know how.
Bro, I was like,
how
what
do
the
you hit on
fuck?
side? How do you hit on the side of the foot like that?
I was trying to like watch it to see what happened. I'm like, bro, he just like I want this to happen more than
Yeah.
like stadium post on 100, bro. Bro got scared, bro.
Yeah, get them reps up, man. We need that. I was more happy about we kicking field goals than us going regular TDs, bro.
Good catch, bro.
Jesus.
The cutback, and then I wish he scored this one. I can't lie.
Yeah.
That cutback was perfect.
Bro, go back.
Oh shit. A little bit.
Bro, watch Mylan Graham, bro.
Hold his ass.
Fuck is Mylan? He get fucking wrapped up.
He's just laying there.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, we're just out there having fun. We like, oh yeah, we up 21-0, 27-0.
Lonnie out there. You know he's not catching shit. Just in there to block.
Running backs now with a touchdown for the Buckeyes. Fielding makes it 34-0. And most of that was the off-the-field stuff. It had nothing to do with the actual game, but
Just the one right here. Yeah.
It looked like
I'm not gonna lie.
It looked like a broken zone, bro. It looked like Devin had to go over top. Jermaine was going underneath, but if you hold on, you mind replaying it?
Yeah.
Like going back.
Oh, you want to use this?
Oh yeah. Look, Jermaine looked like he fell for the bait and he ended up stepping too hard. That's what it looked like. Because there's no reason why.
Main.
Bro, like there's no reason why Devin needs to be that far unless it's like zone coverage. If it's man, then he must.
Yeah, he tweaking.
Terrified of the
better not be
receiver.
man.
Yeah.
If it was man, he must be terrified of the receiver. If it was man, so. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Lorenzo got pissed off, bro. That's why he had to score on that kickoff return. Like, bro, they fucking scored a TD on us. Fuck out of here, bro. Let me go run this shit back.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, this is man.
Yeah, bro. And then the boom.
That's man. Yeah, that's man, and he just got chipped, bro.
But that play, bro, I hate seeing that play, bro.
The mesh, bro. It's the mesh routes. I hate it because like usually he should.
Yeah, Nico clapping in. Let Lorenzo. Let's settle your ass down. Yep. I'm gonna slip.
Oh my God! Boom.
I think they get a touch him to tackle him, right? Or do they just have to? Don't you see how players have to touch our players to tackle them and bring them down or force them out of bounds? Why'd they do that on that play?
What do you mean?
Like, they didn't tackle Lorenzo Styles or force him out of bounds, and they just let us score right there. Why'd they let us do that?
Well, most of the time, so the front guys right here, they usually are here to just be filler. Like, they just get in a spot and get there. And then eventually you basically just want someone, you want to collapse on them, but they kind of let too much leeway happen, and then that's what happens when you give up too much room. Someone got to find a hole.
Yeah, he just left untouched. I'm like, why don't you at least touch him?
Like,
at least put your hands on him to try to tackle him. That made it look too easy.
For sure. It definitely did look too. I ain't lie. It was the most random kick return touchdown that could happen.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I was not expecting it.
Wow. Field goal. Nice. So good.
Well, these are James people just doing it himself, bro.
There we go. That's the James people I was expecting earlier in the season, bro.
So what'd you get?
The exact one today. This game at least. But you can tell, like, bro, look, you look moving around.
How about Jelani, bro?
Avoiding contact, bro. Like, that's what I was expecting.
Jelani right there, bro. Taking his ass to the sideline, bro.
You know, not catching it, bro. Big ass is blocking. I was like 48, bro. Damn.
Okay.
Kind of good.
Kind of good. I did not know Nico had a brother until they said it this game. I was like, yo.
I thought he suited up, bro. I'm like, wait, what?
yo, bro, I know he had a brother, bro. I was like, EMI, what? Huh?
Yeah. Madden.
I'm like, wait, bro got pissed, so let me do it myself.
I was like, oh, what time out?
Man, Madden.
What did I miss, bro? Oh my God, that was definitely good highlights. Highlight reel, just us slamming them. Nothing else to be said. Too much.
Is there any other way we could win, bro? Like, holy shit.
Checking nothing but field goals, bro. I'm telling you, that's the only thing we need to check on our book.
Listen,
bro.
Let's not old-fashioned way.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that, bro.
Let's give Jaden Fielder 10 attempts and he 30-0, bro. All field goal kicks.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, bro. I'd rather see Jeremiah Smith do the thing go
yeah. I don't think we will all be happy. Like, what are we doing, bro?
Listen,
you can't punch the fucking ball in 1 more yard, bro. What the fuck?
I do not want to see that. Honestly though, I got nothing. Y'all got anything to add for that or no?
No, sir.
It's time to move forward with our lives.
Gotcha. All right, then. Obviously, we're on the final part of this, the final segment, the preview, and the next week, along with score prediction, we are facing the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. All right. Honestly, probably one of my favorite segments to do, just because I actually get to see what this.
You could tell us
it's
how
about to-
trash the other defense is or the other opponent is. You know?
Of course.
Yeah.
Why not? It's my way to shit on them without directly shitting on them in a way. So, obviously we start off. They are 5-5 into the season, 2-5 in the conference. So, they are basically right there for bowl eligibility. And I know they're pushing for it because they got us this week, and then next week they have Penn State. So, they could make bowl eligibility, and I wouldn't see why they would not push for it. Offense is definitely the key part of this team. Offensively, they have a good running game and a good passing game. Honestly, they got two good to dynamic parts of the thing. But obviously, in order for that to happen, it needs a quarterback, and the quarterback is Ethan Kaliakmanis. He's actually a pretty experienced guy. If I remember right, he was at Purdue, I believe. I remember seeing his name beforehand, and I'm pretty sure he was at Purdue. And solid thrower, has dual threat capabilities. So he definitely is, the guy who's very experienced, and he's a threat.
Minnesota, same
Minnesota,
shit.
okay, yeah.
Same
Purdue,
trash.
Minnesota, fucking bottom feeder. Anyways, yeah. But I definitely remember seeing his name when he faced us sometime earlier, like past season. So definitely knowing that he's here, and he definitely in a sense has experience facing us. Whatever you want to say, I guess that's cool. Arvell Reese. That's all I gotta say. Anyways. The running back, he's good. Actually, probably one of the few running backs we're gonna face all year that's actually pretty solid. Antoine Raymond, decent running back, and he's actually a pretty unique running back because he's actually more of a patient style type of running back. Kind of, if you I'll pull up a nice little play for y'all. Le'Veon Bell, kind of a little patient with it. He definitely waits for the line to develop it before he takes off. He has good acceleration, good burst. He's solid running back, but he's very unique in that he just likes to be patient with it, wait for the line to develop. So could be an interesting challenge, facing him. It's not we usually just face running backs that are either gonna be fast or they're gonna be strong. Not a guy who's patient too often. So
And he had a bye week last week, or I guess last week, and before that, bro, he faced Maryland and put up 240 yards, bro, and 41 carries.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's coming off that game.
Absolute monster game. So I know he's riding high momentum, so we definitely gotta shut that shit down. Wide receivers, pretty decent. They actually got a good core of wide receivers. I was actually pretty impressed with. Obviously, I know about the one guy I think Cam was always talking about KJ Duff. I kept hearing his name, and I was like, okay, he's definitely a threat, and he is a genetic freak. I'll be honest with you. He's fucking 6'6", so I'm like, yeah, it's insane. But their other two receivers are pretty good. Ian Strong and DT Sheffield. Yeah. Pretty solid receivers, honestly. I'll be all right. They're basically, they're their main targets on with the wide receiver core. I'm like, all right, that's definitely something to look out for. Tight end, just throw him away. He don't exist. Honestly, there's nothing else I can say. He really doesn't exist. Dump off option or run block. That's it. All he does. Nothing. The O line is okay. It's not terrible, but very inconsistent at both run and pass blocking in my eyes. I mean, it just seems like there's never a consistency between both. Obviously, go with the previous game, fucking the running back was going insane. The O-line looked decent. And in other games, the wide receivers are holding up and letting fucking KJ Duff having fucking legacy games. So it's a pretty solid overall. But I think the offense, hey, I'll be honest, they got the threats. They could definitely give us a challenge. I'm not saying they gotta do some crazy stuff, but it's nice to get tested, especially them having a good offense at both running back and wide receiver. Because usually when we face these good offenses, quote unquote, they only have one part of it that's good. So it's nice to actually face an offense that it honestly has good threats at the running and receiving core. Defensively, pretty mid. No real guy that stood out to me at all. I mean, it is pretty bad. We'll start off with the D-line. It is probably the worst spot on that defense, man. I'll be honest, that D-line is atrocious. Not getting too much pressure. Run stopping's okay. It's okay at most, but that D-line just does not get no push, man. They make average teams look good offensively on that O-line. So their D-line is definitely a concern for them. Linebacker is the best part of the team in my eyes. I think they're just all over the field. They basically have to fucking bail out the D line. That's how good they are, essentially, in my eyes. They have to bail out the D line. I'm telling you, it's that bad. But I think the one thing I actually like and I notice about these linebacker group is they're actually a lot better in coverage rather than run support, in my eyes. So it's definitely different to see because most linebackers are usually just guys who want to go hit someone. But nah, this group of linebackers for them, they have decent coverage skills. DBs, pretty average, nothing too special, not really special in man or zone. They do the part, but there's one thing that I notice a lot: too much. They gave up too much underneath, man. That's one thing I noticed a lot. Too much underneath they gave up. So definitely know we got to attack that a lot. Overall though, that's honestly all I could say for the Rutgers, like offensive defense wise. Not really anything crazy. Some key players that I pointed out. I mean, I kind of said them a little bit, but I'll just go more detail. Ethan Kaliak-Manis, he's experienced. You know, he's faced us before. I think this is his senior year, so I know he wants revenge, but we'll see if he gets it. I guess supposedly. Antoine Raymond, the running back, all around back. Cam just pointed it out. Thankfully, 200-yard plus game against Maryland. The insane game, went absolutely crazy. And that was pretty much the last game they just faced. So they're riding high momentum. I know he's gonna want to continue on that stride. The wide receivers, KJ Duff, he's wide receiver 1, 6'6", absolute fucking freak. He had a 200+ yard game against Purdue, and as of recently, he was actually looking very good. To go to the other guy, Ian Strong, he was actually looking good at the beginning of the season. He kind of slowed down a little bit now, but Ian Strong, he definitely was looking. He's still a capable threat, and he's still getting touches. Definitely could make a play. He's 6'3", so these guys have some very good fucking outside threats in terms of height and length. So 6'6" and 6'3", definitely gotta watch out for that. And DT Sheffield, he's their slot receiver. I think he's like 5'10", 5'11", but I believe he's a senior, so he's definitely the most experienced out of all of them. Definitely someone to watch out for. Being the slot receiver, usually you can expect him to be the guy who has a dump off option, screen option. So got to be disciplined for that. And honestly, like I said, it's a very good Rutgers offense. Like they can give us a different looks for us to challenge us. So definitely interested to see how this looks out for. But apart from that, this is my overall game plan to beat Rutgers. Obviously, not subjected to anything. I'm not a part of the staff. I wish, but offensively, I just think I said it earlier. Their DBs, they give up too much underneath. We just need to attack them. Attack them underneath. Punish them for giving up too much room underneath. These guys, they're literally playing like 8 to 10 yards back. That's how much they're giving out. And especially going against our wide receivers, could be dangerous. Could be dangerous. Obviously, I'm saying that specifically attack the DBs so then they could eventually just space out more and then give us a chance to run the ball because their run defense isn't the best either. But I'd rather put our hands in the main guys that make the play and our receivers so then we could develop the run game eventually in the game. One thing that the Rutgers defense love to show is 2-high safety. They do alter it to where it becomes a single high at times, but 2-high safety, they always show that. So it usually indicates that there's going to be open gaps. There's never going to be, everything going to be fucking covered. There's open gaps in 2-high safety. Especially, like I said, attack the DBs underneath, especially. They're giving up too much room. So I just want us to really look at that and hopefully see that. And, maybe this could help us get ready for the next game that we got to play after this. So we'll see how that goes. But that's what I would say for offense. Defensively, this is probably one of the best Rutgers offenses. And honestly, in general, what we face, one of the best offenses we're going to face this season. They got guys who can make plays all over the field. In my eyes, though, we gotta shut down one. If we have to shut down one half of it, let's shut down the running game at least. The running back, we gotta shut him down. Raymond, I'd be damned if he puts 200 on us. I'd be sick. I ain't gonna lie if he puts 200 on us. So we gotta shut him down. It's definitely, I won't say easier, but definitely gotta watch out because he's definitely more patient running back. Like I've been emphasizing, he's a patient running back, man. Like the last time I seen that was like a Le'Veon Bell type of style. So I would definitely want us to really keep our eye out for that. Don't let him get loose. Don't let him push out for anything crazy. shut down the running back, and then honestly, I'd rather just. I'll say die on a hill on the passing defense. Like, even though we're definitely up there in terms of pass defense, I at least rather take out the run so then they have to force the pass. And honestly, I'd rather leave it as that because the way I see it, it's very up and down depending on second and third and long. Because whatever one of the two is, I'd rather force them to pass so then they don't do nothing on run. And then eventually they're doing it out of disparity rather than, overall, this is their style. They also like to do kind of a slow tempo. They like to kill the clock a little bit. So I don't expect us to really have the ball heavily unless we just fucking steal it out their hands. I mean, I don't mind that either. Honestly, they're a very slow tempo team. They're gonna try to chew clock, but if we can get them stops early, yeah, the game should be over pretty quick. So that's overall my game plan. That's all I got for the Rutgers. Obviously, this one's not really too much of a high reviewed one just because in the fact that they're not really the best team, but they pose a threat no matter what. Any team poses a threat. It's college football, but obviously this is not the best caliber team we're facing. Good offense, bad defense. It goes how it goes, but I'm just more excited to see what we do this game to then lead us to the week after in the team up north because let's be real, that's the game we're all waiting for. That team up north fucking game is probably the most anticipated game for us this season after fucking Texas, honestly. So I'm excited to see that. And yeah, that's all I really got to say for myself. You guys have
Ooh, sir.
Don't look ahead. Don't look ahead. Rutgers may be 5-5, but their losses are for 4, almost 5 ranked teams, bro. Minnesota being the only unranked team, bro. They got lost to Iowa, Washington, Oregon, and Illinois, bro. So their losses are good losses, bro. People that I feel like don't know ball are just gonna be like, oh, I was just gonna steamroll them, bro. I think they could do something, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is a good challenge. I like this.
For sure, I agree. So while you say that, it's a good challenge. Why don't you start us off with the score prediction?
I think I'd rather fill the box up and just I don't know. I feel like Kyle Edmonds is a very capable quarterback. He's a senior. He has great ball placement, and when you got 6'6" and 60 wide receiver with Ian Strong, maybe like better, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It goes back and forth between who's number 1 on that team, in my opinion, bro. Because Ian Strong had a couple injuries, and KJ Duff had to put on the bag and go into his bag, bro. He had to put up 240 on the fucking Purdue team for them to win by 3 points. It is possible to limit this receiving core, and I think we're going to. But I think the secondary is gonna have the hands full a little bit, especially in man. But yeah, I don't want a fucking running back to have 200 yards on us, but sometimes it just calls for that sometimes. And I think Rutgers is gonna put up a career high or season high against us, 17 points. And we dropped 41 at that point, but I don't know. It may be closer, bro. I think we might still play conservative, and I don't know the availability of JJ or CARNELL, bro. Do we get an update on CARNELL, bro? It seemed a little bit more than
Listen,
it's tight through warm-ups.
All I heard was literally he's just
Precaution.
it's just this precaution, bro. It's the same thing, bro. It's just that's what I've heard. But what I'm assuming is that if they took him out this game completely, then I wouldn't be surprised if he at least maybe had a good shot next week or this upcoming game at least. So it's like for sure that for Jeremiah, I ain't a lot. I don't know. His came out of sudden, but it's like we took him out at halftime, so it essentially is kind of like we kind of just let it go quick. If anything, I could just see CARNELL and JJ out type of thing, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Ryan Day likes to throw at everybody, and not everybody, but like Jeremiah Smith was out first half or in first half, and then he was out first half. So it was one of the things where it's like I don't know if he had an injury going into there or it was just like I don't know. The limping was just something different.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, why is the dude limping around like this, bro? Like he can't put no weight on it. He's like fucking wobbling back and forth. It look like, bro. I don't know.
Alrighty.
Right.
My score prediction. I was gonna give Rutgers 16. I was gonna give Ohio State 38.
Okay.
EJ.
Yeah, no, I definitely think this Rutgers team is definitely gonna put some points. I would literally not gonna be surprised. But I think we're gonna put up some points ourselves. I'd say 45-14.
Okay. Alrighty.
All around the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alrighty, gents. That's it. Any final thoughts?
I'm good.
No. Alrighty. Alright. Like I said, this has been the Buckeye Fanfare Room. If you guys are interested about the rest of the college football world, about our opinions or what we got to say about it, that's basically what our opinion is. That'll be coming out tomorrow when you guys are watching this. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys tune in 9:15 a.m. EST. We'll do the time conversion, your time zone, whatever you want to do. But yeah, we also are live Thursday, 8 p.m. EST on Twitch. The link in the description. Go click that link in the description. It'll take you to a little page that give you all my social medias. And just find the one that says Twitch. It will bring up my Twitch page. If you guys don't have an account, go consider making an account and come talk to us while we're live over there. And yeah, we would love to have you over there. But other than that, we appreciate all the love and support. If you guys are new to the channel, consider clicking that subscribe button as it helps out the channel a lot. But also, since you're already that, also consider clicking that like button as well. But other than that, we appreciate all the support. Catch you guys when we catch y'all next. Peace.
Ryan Day, get some sleep.